Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz, and I'm excited to be part of this Spellbinders blog hop. I have made 9 cards and 2 gift card holders from this month's Quick and Easy card kit. These first 5 are quick and easy cards that I posted in a video at the beginning of the month. Then I made these 2 gift card holders from 1 card base, some pattern paper, and a bit of ephemera. If you would like to hop along with the blog, I will link my blog post below the video. And you can go there and it will connect you to all of the other card makers to see great inspiration from this month's clubs. This next card is using the Happy Plan add-on. Then I have 2 cards using my emergency card kit tutorials and this fun fold card. Those sentiments were a free download with that kit, so I'll link that video as well. And today we're going to make another fun fold card without using one of the card bases from the kit because I was all out. I did add 1 piece of 8.5 by 11 white cardstock to make the 2 emergency cards, since neither of those is a standard size card. So the 9 cards, 2 gift card holders, 1 additional piece of white cardstock. I'm starting with a piece of pink cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, a piece of pattern paper at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, cream cardstock at 3 by 5 1/2, and pattern paper at 3 by 6. I also have a couple of pieces of ephemera here and a chipboard sentiment that we are going to add to decorate later. I'm starting with this piece of cream cardstock and I want to create a hinge, so I'm scoring it at a 1/2 inch. So either at the 1/2 inch mark or the 5 inch mark on your scoreboard. And I'm just going to fold that over. I don't need to crease it super hard. This is not really a card base. It's just going to wrap around the back of my card and be a fun piece that lifts up from the front of the card. So once I get that all set to go, I am going to decorate it real quick. I'm adding some tape runner and then I'm going to mess it up. I'm adding my white pattern paper and it's crooked and that paper is a little bit thin. So I left this in case you haven't seen this trick. I'm hitting it with my heat tool to loosen up that adhesive. I put the thinner piece, the pattern paper, flat on my work surface and I'm pulling back the cardstock. I've sped it up. I did go pretty slowly, but to make sure it doesn't happen again, I'm going to stick it in the corner of my scoreboard, or any place with a good right angle and a bit of a lip will work just fine. And then I am going to cut off the excess pattern paper. You could wrap it around if you wanted, but I didn't want to create the extra bulk or anything that would encourage that flap to lift up instead of laying flat on the card. Once that's done, I am going to add my pattern paper to the piece of pink cardstock. This one I am a little more successful with. I tell you what, guys, Tape Runner and we are good friends with the heat tool. I'm going to wrap that flap right around the back side of my card and add glue just above that score line. I'm going to center it just visually. If you want to measure it, you can, but it's not really necessary, and I'm going to press firmly. When it comes time to decorate, I'm laying out my 2 large pieces just so I know where I want my sentiment to go. I'm adding a little bit of glue to that sentiment just to make sure it stays put. This card has some funky folds and I never know who I'm going to give it to or how they're going to open it. And so this just makes sure it's going to stay put. I'm going to add this butterfly by adding glue just right along the middle there and fluffing up its wings. It's probably a hand deliver card anyway, since most of mine are. So I'm not worried about it getting flattened in an envelope. I'm going to add my heart and my bicycle, and I am only adding glue on the pieces of them that are overlapping that white pattern paper in the middle. I don't want to glue my card shut. So once that's placed, I'm going to lift it up and I just want a spot for a little something here. You could put a piece of rectangular white paper, but I just flipped over this piece of ephemera and I'm going to glue it upside down. So I have a place to write a little sentiment on the inside, and then we'll make a larger place to write on the back because I am, if nothing else, verbose. And when I give cards to people, they are generally full of writing. So on the back, I am going to add an easel. This will also help ensure that the card can stand up on display. I am going to score it at 5 inches. This is the same size as the pink piece, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to fold that. I am not going to press that with my bone folder. I don't really want this to be kicking up a lot. I'm lining up those 2 pieces of solid colored cardstock, and I am going to press firmly since there is a bit of a ridge from the other piece of cream cardstock, and that will give us a place to write underneath, and it's an easel for our card to stand up. I hope you've enjoyed this card project for today. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I would love to have you, and I will see you next time.